Hi, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and we've been doing a little bit of work on the ship. We'll walk you through what's updated, what's changed, and what some of the thought ideas are. Alright, first we have to get started, so let's go. So, happy Wednesday, everybody. Hopefully you are having a fantastic week and a terrific Wednesday thus far. Just wanted to show you what we have been working on here a little bit. Let me bring this back here. Alright, so I went ahead, like I said, when we were together last time, we were talking about the new nacelle and the new engineering section, cargo, etc. So I think I've decided I kind of like this. Basically what I did is the cargo array, the three rows of cargo that were here on the right hand side of the screen, I moved them left one block, maybe two blocks, one or two blocks, but basically have the top and bottom cargo containers now touching on either on the sides there, and added in the third row here. So we kept the general shape, we just closed it in. Alright. And then doing that and keeping the nacelle, like basically keeping the thruster system even right now. Well, for now, like I said, we'll see what the final outcome is off of the voting. I just haven't had a chance to incorporate that yet. So, but looking at what we've done is we've gone ahead and duplicated the framework that we have already created previously. So, just basically making the new sections look like the old sections. Alright, and you are still not done because basically, like I said, I haven't had a chance to go through and take a look at what the results were. Basically just running out of time this week trying to get everything done. Oh, so anyway, that gets us to where we are currently. Now, we did go ahead and make this a solid piece in here, and we're going to continue the strapping like we did on the previous version, or the previous sections, across the top. And then I left windows here where we're going to be able to tie in the conveyor junctions, so that we'll be able to bring these out and have the everything piped in. So that way, if we happen to lose one section, we'll have a little bit of redundancy, but we'll see how it actually plays out. And then down here, we're going to do the same thing that we did on the forward section, where we'll have piping drop down and match up to the blocks down here below. All right. Now, that's the longer term plan, at least as far as the nacelle is concerned. And looking at it, I do like actually how this little industrial section looks over here, at least the refinery portion. What I may do is I think we're going to weld a couple of these up and try flipping these, like some of the I don't know if I don't know, it'd be kind of interesting to have, like, do groupings of refineries, so that you have, say, one refinery here that's actually tied into the network, and then a refinery to either side of it that's tied to that one refinery, and then do that in a couple of locations. And I'm thinking we may do that based on the upper section, since there's 5 in the large section here and 2 in the small section. It might be interesting to have them tie into the network up here. So we'll take a look, see what we need to do in order to support that, because we might need to do some re-engineering on this to make it work the way I'm envisioning it. And I'm not sure that that will get me the look that I'm looking, the appearance that I am looking for. Now, all of that said, we have to figure out what we're doing on this side. So how much do we have? We have a bunch of plates. Okay. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go full armor block here. These are light armor blocks again. But what we're doing is just basically mapping out how much room do we need and how much room do we have access to back here. Because we actually have quite a bit of room, and I'm thinking this may change a little bit, where we'll have it swing back in. Because what we're going to need to do is basically the cowling that we did up here, at least on the top portion, is going to be replicated in the back portion. And so we're going to end up with something that sticks out past the ship, which is fine. I have no problem with that. It's just basically trying to pull all the different elements of it together to make it look cohesive. And that's the portion that we're going to be, I think we're going to have a little problem with on this long term, at least back here. For the upper section here, let's go ahead and do this. Load this up. What we're going to do here is I think we're going to differentiate the sides using texturing. Because I think what I want to do is we'll do clean steel. Actually, no, we'll leave the default here, and maybe change this texture up a bit. I don't know. Let me see here. If we go carbon fiber, what does this look like if we bring this to here? Yeah, I'm actually liking... What? How did you end up... Space engineers, you're gonna drive me up the wall. Oh, okay, I think I may have hit run. I'm betting if we weld one of these up, it's going to be carbon fibered. Yep. Damn it. Alright, so what we're going to have to do then is I'm going to have to replace all of it. Alright, now let's try that one more time without doing run. I'm keeping my hand away from the shift key. I am really bad about that. So if we do that there, and we do the same up here, and yes, these are different. These are intentionally different slopes. And I'll explain why here in a second. I just want to make sure if we do this, what's it look like? Okay, I'm kind of liking that, actually. I like the difference in the texture. It helps differentiate it a little bit. Alright. Okay, and then you, we want to take out for just a moment. Because, actually, do I want to do that? Who are you attached to down here? You're not really attached to anything, are you? You're just kind of there. Okay, so if we do this instead... So... do something like that. if we're going to do that, we can do, I don't know, this maybe? No, not liking that. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to tie this whole thing back together. This is what I was saying before, is that we're going to probably run into an issue where getting things to tie together neatly is not necessarily going to be an easy thing. But we should be able, I guess if we just went ahead and do that like that. And then that ties in down here. Okay, I think that's going to work. And the idea is that since it's tying into everything else, you know, it should be okay. And how are we gonna... Do we just want to go ahead and... Because if we do that... Because that needs to be... This will actually need to be tied in. Maybe if we do this. I mean, there you go. So maybe if we do it this way. And I guess we could do it something like this. But then we need to tie that together. Yeah, I guess we can play with some of the shapes here a little bit. See, because if we're doing that, basically need the inverse of that, which is usually that. What if we go see, and I don't want that to be there. How about if we do this? Whoops, wrong button. So if we do something like that, and then we tie it in that way. Yeah. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna have to spend some time with these transitions and try and figure out what works the best for it. One of the things that I had been thinking was that we would do. You know what? If we just go ahead and do this here. Do that there. And we can take you and you out. Use just regular blocks here. Actually, no, keep them out. Do a block like that. Do that. And then that. Yeah, that cleaned it up a bit. Let's turn the light on so you can see. Alright. And that's going to be conveyor stuff. Yeah, I think that is probably about as clean as we're going to get it. Maybe. We could just... Whoop. Damn it. See, I told you I am deadly with that grinder. Okay, let's see here. And... one more. Yeah, I'm thinking that is going to work a little bit better. Alright, so let's get ourselves out of here for a second. Alright, let's see what that looks like. It's definitely better than it was. Yeah, it's definitely better than it was. I don't know how I feel about this particular one here. I think we're going to go back to the ramp. Also the light armor slope. Yeah, I think that's better. I mean, it does open up some other potential ideas, but for now, I think that is going to work. Okay. Alright, let's take an aerial of this. See how she's looking. I'm liking the differentiation in the coloring just by changing that texture. If you notice where the nacelle is sitting, it now looks like it's kind of been welded into it and not necessarily completely designed around it, I guess. I don't know, I think I'm explaining that wrong. It looks like it's supposed to be there, but it doesn't look like it is necessarily part of the primary ship. You know, there's some separation between it and the rest of the design, so. Alright, so I think that cleans up a bit of what was causing me problems before. Alright, let's bring that back. We're going to go for regular blocks. And then what we're going to do is we're just basically going to continue to mark out where the conveyor junctions may go. Basically, we want to make sure that we have access to the cargo system from inside here. Now, does that mean we're going to have it pipe through? I don't know yet. I'm still debating on how I want to handle that. So what I'm thinking we may do is these will probably come out, but we'll see. The idea is basically we're just trying to get, you know, a floor in here to walk around on so we can see exactly how much space we're going to have, and then we can talk about how are we going to sculpt it once we get all of this in. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the last few blocks in, and then I'm going to be honest, I don't know if we're going to use all of this space. This may end up becoming negative space, depending on what we decide we like about how things are flowing together. But for now, like I said, this is... We'll put it here for now just as a placeholder. Because we can always... It's always easier to take away from a build than it is to rework something later to add back into it. You know, at least in my opinion. So. We don't know how far out that will, if we're gonna even tap into this, but we're gonna leave it. Yeah, we'll take two back. We'll take two back. The idea is that this would allow us to have that be wall space And you're going to need to be a wall. You're going to need to be a wall if we want to have that airtight. And so this way, if we decide to run things through, we'll be able to. Ooh, uranium cargo. I'd have to take out the controls. I think it's what we would need to do. I need to figure out where the there are remote control blocks on board that thing, and I need to figure out where they are in the structure. I keep destroying wherever they may be, and if I knew where the remote control blocks were, I could take the remote, do a shot through it to take the remote control block, and then take out the flight controls, and it would, in theory, leave it just hovering in air. But I'm not sure, so. Alright, so we're gonna do 1, 2 from there. And again, this is just so we can walk around over here without falling to our death every 20 seconds. Okay. You know what I think I'm gonna do? Let's go hit the bed really quick. It's late enough in the day, we should be able. Alright, sorry about that. We had a small technical problem. Oh, definitely been one of those days. Let's get. Yeah, I know we don't need to sleep. We're just trying to get our energy back here really quick. There we go. Close enough, right? Turn off the light. Okay, so let's get back out here. We'll start working on the reactor room a little bit. Now, we're still trying to figure out if we do, basically, if we want to do the, oh, excuse me, hiccups. We want the room to be airtight, so we will have to frame this in somehow, and so we're just going to put some very basic blocks in. And then we will need a wall on the other side. Now the question is, do we want to do something like this, where we just go ahead and, there, you know, do a very simple, just you know, undership design here. And that would carry over to at least there, probably. Oh, I don't know. Maybe to there instead. And you then basically go to that area-ish. Something like. So we'll end up with something probably about like that. Let's go. Alright, so let's take a look and see what this is going to look like. Okay. Oh, sorry, I had to adjust my seating there. Okay. And if we do the same down here, where we just, again, just kind of trying to get a feel so that we know basically what the shape is that we're looking at. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay, so we can do that way, maybe. And then So if we do this, and that, okay, that ties it better. That ties it together a little bit better. All right. Let's see. How are you looking? We're basically going to rinse and repeat these steps. So we'll have you there, you there. Maybe not. We may. So if we do this instead, no. I mean, that might be okay. There you go. But it would mean we'd have to sweep this back a little bit sooner. So if we went more like, oh, come on, sheesh. Yeah, so if we went more like this. And then we do just to place a block there for right this second. Come on. Oh, son of a... There we go. Alright, so if we do that, and do that. See the... It's just not giving me the shaping that I want. I mean, that would deal with that aspect of it. I mean, if we really wanted to, I guess we could just do this. And then that. On this side, we would have it come through like so. Let's see how this is going to look. Yeah, maybe, actually. So we end up with something looking a little bit like this. And then on this side, go here, do that. Yeah, that might work actually. Okay. Oh crap.
Fuel low.
That's what I get for not paying attention, right? Whew. Good thing we caught it when we did. Alright. That's why we put the ladders in, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some replacement fuel here. There you go. Grab those. We're almost out of plates anyway, so let's go ahead and throw that stuff in. We're going to grab 1,000 of those and 100 of those. Go ahead and refill our last tank. All right. Let's then weld this up here. No, we're So what we're talking about doing is having... Oh, I don't know. Where would it end at is the question. Because if we did something like this... I guess we would have to go like that. Well, Alright, let's do this one first. So if we do this... Oh, come on. I don't understand what it is with space engineers and lately and doing that. Basically it's positioning things behind where you're aiming. It's kind of I think annoying would be a good choice there. Yeah. Let's see if we were set up like that. I wonder. I guess we'll make do with what we've got, I guess. Okay, so let's take a look at that and see. I mean, I guess I could. If we took you out and just went ahead and did that, that normalizes that portion of the structure. Let's try something here really quick. So if we do that, and we do that, to there, to there. That might work. So if we do that, and how about something like that? Let's see how that looks. Kind of liking the way that that line came out, actually. I don't know about this though. Definitely need to put one on the other side. Because what I'm kind of thinking here is we do something like this. And then we do that just to go ahead and make this whole thing actually feature complete. But the question then is, what do we do about these guys? I guess we could just kind of cheese ball it, right? There you go. Yeah. See, that's when you're building an asymmetrical ship, that's always one of the things you have to worry about, is how everything's going to tie together. Oh, and of course, it's basically one of the things that, you know, I put off a little too long, I think. There you go. Is that... See, I'm just not happy with that line. Let me see. Alright, so if we do that and that, what do we need to do here to tie that together? And that ties the entire line together, right? Yes, yes it does. Okay. So now, if we do this, I kind of like having that out like that. It breaks up the line a little bit. It's just really annoying tying it all back into the rest of the ship. Yeah, we'll leave that. It's a different little detail piece, right? Alright, so you are technically flooring and under chassis, which we could actually use to run some conduit in. Alright, so let's go here. We're going to go ahead and start doing our wraparound portion of the flooring. Whoop. Come here, you. Alright. And like I said, that's really just kind of placeholder. We're not, you know, we're not sure we're going to use all of that space. We may come back and cut through on that, on some of it, but for now, this at least gets us the beginnings of where we need to be. So let's go ahead and get some of this welded up. The nice thing about Space Engineers is that you can always come back and grind things out if you need to. Enough for another 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little carryover. Okay. Let's go grab some more plates. And while we are basically just trying to figure out where we are and what we're doing, let's go here. Go and grab another 1,000 of those. Let me show you what we did on the front of the ship. So basically we were talking about making the front a hangar, and this is where it used to end. And you saw me already, you already saw me working on a little bit of this. But yeah, so this is where the front of it used to be, and then we brought it out another couple of blocks. Basically so that we could have recessed hangar doors in here. And then we have a hangar door in the middle. So when all of these close, this will be the only opened portion. So if I want to make this whole thing airtight, we have those come through. So once those close, the entire hangar should be pressurized. You know, should be being the operative word. It is Space Engineers, so take it for what it is. Alright. So let's go ahead and do this really quick. We're just going to run down the line to the area that we know that we're going to use. We know, we're fairly certain we're going to use this much of it, right? It's the stuff back here we're not sure on yet. Which, actually, I have some ideas on this. Yeah, I definitely have a couple of ideas. Okay. So what I'm kind of thinking back there is that we would use this as the manufacturing area. So we'd basically have things piped up and through in here, and then we'd have a row of assemblers over here, and we could take the assemblers out of the warp. I don't want to call it a warp cell because it's not, but you know, basically take the assemblers out of here. And that does mean we will need to figure out how things are piped and make sure everything is piped through correctly. Come over here and do the same. Alright, so you would be piped in on that side. You should, in theory, be piped in there. Maybe have piping drop down and through here and loop them, you know, basically connect them together. And you take you out for right now. Right, so like I said, the idea is that we would have assemblers or refineries all the way down here, or maybe even just like to the halfway point, like to say here-ish. Again, it just gives you a little bit of a change up in the line, so it's not quite so predictable. And then we take conveyors. I don't know if do I want to do conveyor block here, or just run piping out into a conveyor block. Tell you what, let's do that and that. And we're gonna do the same here. We'll come back through and we'll put the conveyors in. The conveyor junctions, I should say. Alright. So with those placed like so. Looks like I missed a spot. Alright. Okay. And then what I'm thinking is we have a couple of displays over here, like some LCDs, that'll tell us what's being, you know, have one that says what refineries are working, and then have another one saying what assemblers are working, and then you have a general inventory list that just shows you what you have for components done. See? Alright, and then that would give us, we can get rid of this. Grab the assemblers. I just want to make sure we have these positioned correctly. That's kind of a bland face to have on there, isn't it? I'm almost tempted to sack these things like this. Alright. Oh. You know what? If we do one there, one there, we'll just alternate these things. And then we do another block there to square that off. How many assemblers is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's more than enough assemblers. Okay. And we do a conveyor junction, rinse and repeat all the way down. There we go. Okay, so that gives us production or manufacturing line, which actually works out really well, because then we can do, okay, so these are probably going to get replaced at some point with some form of window or porthole, but for now that gets us to here. Do we want to do, I think we want to go that way and that way, and then that basically has us actually Let's go airlock. It's like a warlock, but it's for air. Right. Oh, so if we did that and that. Let's see here. So if we then say having a little bit of fun with this design here. So we do. So we do that, that, and one more. What we can do here, so we say one block, one block. Actually, you know what? No, let's now do the reverse on this side. We're gonna go you, and just because we can. Alright, so you go that way. You go that way. Fill all that up. Alright, let's go grab some more plates. Man, we're just burning through those plates. I think I'm gonna have to queue up like, I don't know, 100,000 of them or so. In fact, while we're sitting here, let's, we'll do like 25k or so. That should be good. Alright, now we're gonna grab some plates. Yeah, I didn't realize we had actually utilized so many plates already. Alright. That gives us a... So we will... So if you come in this way, you have some room in here, and I'm thinking we may do batteries on this wall. Maybe do two banks of batteries. You come down. I mean, it's even possible that we could just put the batteries over here and have this be the walkway down the middle. And then, you know, it just kind of kicks around here. So there'd be the last battery would be here. Oh, let's see here. So if we did batteries here, and if we did 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 batteries. That's a whole lot of batteries. Holy crap. Alright. Now the question is would this be too claustrophobic? I think it would be. I think what we would need to do is if we want to do this, we go 2, 3, 4. Take that out. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. That actually worked out mostly okay. Because what we can do is when we put a defensive turret in, just a normal interior turret, and that gives it a pretty damn good line of fire. Actually, look at that arc. Holy crap. So, you know, we'd be able to put some defenses in. And then here we take you out. Take you out. I don't know if I'll... maybe. Because what I'm thinking here... for this one, I think we'll have to do it this way. Yeah, I think I like that actually. Alright, and then for these, what I was thinking is we do something like this. We're just gonna run down here and do all these at the same time. You are already done. Right. See what I'm thinking here? Right. So you end up with this little area that if you need to, basically you can duck out of the way while people are running by. And then we'll have this set up with a window in it. And I'm not sure, we may do something a little bit different on these edges, actually. Because what we could do is with stuff like this, we would actually be able to have, let's go. Because this thing's going to go up and wrap into the superstructure. So if we did a skeletal build over this, okay, yeah, we'll let me finish one thing at a time here. 1, 2. So if we end up with something that goes up like this, we could have that. And see, what I'm thinking here is we end up with something that gives you a little bit more of a view. So we would need to do that. And so you would go that way. Oh, I think I like that. I think I actually really like the way that came together. And then see out here we have something a little bit different because of the fact that we've got it set up. So that it's uniform across the whole, but gives you a little bit of detailing on the whole as well. I mean, I guess if we really wanted to, we could duplicate the entire thing, but I kind of like that vertical strut look. Because we're going to end up with, effectively, areas that are large panels. We are doing shields on this, so we could probably go half walls. So you'd end up with, what is that, 4 half walls in the middle? That could be interesting. Let's see how that looks. So if we did something like this instead, okay, we did that, alright. Just making sure I've got them in the right direction here. This could be something. I'm not sure that what yet, but it could be something. Right. So we did that, and that. And then you come up like so. What if we did something like this. Let's see what that looks like when we load this whole thing up here. Just trying to get an idea of what we're planning here for the skinning, because if we move too far forward and we don't have at least some kind of roadmap in place, what we end up with is going to be very difficult to tie all together. But I think I like the way that that's working. Whoa, hello. So then we end up with windows looking in, or more importantly, we end up with windows looking out. The question is do I like this on the inside, or do I want to do that detailing on the outside, or both? Yeah, supply transport. Wow, you're directly overhead too. That might get changed up. I don't know. That might get changed up. But we'll see. It's just something to keep in the back of your heads. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this. So we're heading down this way. Basically we'd have the same thing, which is going to be... Come on. Ah, there we go. What is that? It's 2 and then the turn, or 3 and then a turn? 2 and then a turn. Okay. And go like a so, and like a so. Okay. Alright, so from the side, let's see what that's going to look like. Oh, I think that's going to look good. Because you're going to end up with, basically, yeah. Right, 1, 2, so you will end up there. And there, let's make sure I have the angles correct, because we don't want to be changing those up unless that is the design choice we decide to make, which right now it is not. So it's going to basically be something like that. So you end up with fairly large, get one window, wall, window, wall. Yeah, okay, I think that will work. And that brings you back here. How much? We're about out of hydrogen, so that would be bad. Okay. And before we forget, come on. There we go. There's a door right there. Alright. And want to go ahead and frame this in. I wonder, oh, you know what we could do? Let's continue the theme here. Out of plates. And what I'm thinking is we set this area up because we have the assembler here. So what we could do is put a cryopod in. Yeah, we could put cryopod in. No, well, maybe. 'Cause if we... Nope. Wouldn't be able to do that there. Okay. So let's go ahead and block that in, but... Oh, hello. because we still need a medical area. And I'm thinking in the aft section may not be a bad idea for it. But we still need to do reactors. And then this is set up to be a reactor room more so than it is anything else. So you are there, you are here. So if we take you out. One, two. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so if we then do that and that. What if we... Decisions. What I'm trying to figure out is we can either do... let's go grab a couple of reactors here. Remember when... Didn't you used to be able to have a... weren't reactors like on the same block for a while? So it's saying... Ah! Got a little too close there. Alright, so we have one reactor here. Actually... No, if we're going to do this, we want them... Reactor. And see, here's my issue with using the large reactor here, is that you come in and you're like, oh, reactor right in my face. Okay, yeah. How many? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there. So if we did... And then... something like that. I mean, I guess we could if we really wanted to push it. We could do that. And that has all of the reactors piped in together. I don't know. I like some of the concept. There's something about the general concept that I'm not liking. So how about if we did that and we go there. I mean, basically, if we do that, this will probably be a back. Well, I guess technically it doesn't need to be. So if we go like so. Like so. What detail are you? You are internal wall. So if we do and you then go like that. Actually, let's go. And we have a window into here, maybe. See, this is why I liked having the cargo blocks over to the right one, was because then that gave us an odd number of spots in here. We could put a door directly in the middle. Out of hydrogenium. But yeah, we'd be able to have a door directly in the middle. Oh, you know what we can do? No, that's fine. That actually works really well, because what we can do then is we put a double door set in here.
Energy low.
Something like this. Oh, okay. Let me go grab hydrogen.
Fuel low.
Oh, how's that for close?
Fuel critical.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab you down there. So we're gonna do. There you go. Just throw all that crap in there. We're gonna head and grab that. Drop one of those off. There you go. No, I'm not so much worried about the power as I am about the hydrogen. Okay. So that gives us. That. This gives us a jump start reactor if we need it. And before anyone asks, no, I'm not doing rotors or pistons on my reactors. I don't care how much Keen has said they fix stuff. Alright, so if we do. Come here. Because what I'm thinking here is we do a set of stairs. There we go. We do some stairs into here. And we say like so. And yeah, because we can do, that would actually work well, I think. Because if we do that, we can kind of play with the way that things are set up. Do that. Go for the blocks here. Actually, if we do no, because that would be 1, 2. No, won't work. There we go. So what I was thinking was that we'd have it come down and then do walls on either side. I mean, I guess we could still do it as technically as a spawn location. The problem is that that's not good. Could we get away with it on the other side? So if we
Energy
did
low.
say something like this. That would allow us to have a doorway into here. Then we do maybe. What it takes for us to do this though is to have those there, and that feeds up. So we end up with something that looks something like this. We do the same over on this side. Because this is going to be here. We do that. The question is, I don't know if this will count as being airtight or not. We could do
Energy critical.
that. And we do a vent there. This would be windows. We'll probably put some lights or something out here so you can see. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure that this will work for us. I guess it would, because this you spawn out of here. It just means we really don't need any of the other stuff back there. Okay. And then what we can do is once we have these in place, right, we go, so we do that, and then up top we do windows. Maybe. Might just do walkways. Could do that. So we could just do walkways all the way across here, which surprisingly works there, huh? And that would allow us to have this entire thing pressurized. It's kind of a panic room because it's in the middle of the ship. And, you know, if anybody knows you've got cargo, they're going to tend to aim away from your cargo pods. We'll put a door in here. Hell, we could probably do an airlock there. Oh. If I was going to do that, I would change it so the stairs are over here. So come down one. Alright. So you come up, there will be a door, or we could just put, you know what, let's just put an airlock in. So if we did an airlock there, and I guess we no, because we want it to be airtight. For it to be airtight, we're basically going to have to be like that. The only thing I could do at this point was, I guess I could put a window in here so that you're looking down into the room. If we did that, no, we've gone vertical everywhere else, we may as well go vertical here, right? Alright. And then that way when you're standing here looking, you can see down there. We could put the window on this side, which allows us, actually, what I want to. I'm thinking put the window here in the cubby. Which we could do this. No. No, that's not what I need. Grrr. So that goes there. So if we do something like that. Yeah, the window will have to go on this side, because if we want to put anything up here to make this airtight, we'll have to be able to basically mount something here. So won't be able to, so yeah, the window will have to go on this side. Okay. Alright, so that gives us our med bay. Come up into the engineering section, because if you're going to need medical, you're probably going to have been working around the reactors anyway. It does give us a lot of room in here though. Maybe what we'll do is a hybrid system. Have one large reactor over here in the back corner, and then do a reactor array down the center line.
Energy
That
critical.
could be a thing. Okay, I think what we'll do is I'll play with this off camera. We've got a whole lot of welding to do. Like a ridiculous amount of welding to do. But I'm going to go ahead and call this one here. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. You know the drill at this point. If you haven't done so already, are new to the channel, or just want to do something nice for me today, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be kept up to date with what's going on around here, be sure to ring the bell as well. So with that said, I hope everybody has a fantastic Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Ooh. Machine guns.